Hello, here is an AI daily game that white won by 2.5, but it was quite an adventure. In the early stage, white had a very good start, killing the middle top group. Then towards the end, black was almost dying big in the lower right corner, but he found the Tetsuji to capture a few of white stones and escape in the last moment. But still, white managed to win by a small margin. So let's check it out. First of all, we have a diagonal Fuseki, so this will be a fighting game right on. Then black plays calm to take a Shimari. Black here can think about attacking the lower right corner, either p4 or p3. Just make one exchange here, then decide to go for the Shimari in the top right or the lower left. Now black defends calm, therefore white will attack the lower left, very good. Here it can also be the low approach, but it's hard to say which is better nowadays. I mean, most of the time we see the low approach because it's AI oriented, but it's nothing wrong with the d5 move. Pros are playing that too. So black takes another corner. Now here white can think of all kind of sophisticated ways to continue. The solid move is the most simple though. A hanging connection is an option, and when black extends, white doesn't have to finish up the Joseki all the time with this c11. It can also be c13, or simply make a Shimari in the lower side, then invite black for a pincer on the left in order to counter pincer from c13. And when black jumps out, white can jump along too. So this is a little bit more sophisticated for white, but it's an option to think about in the future. Also, when white connects solid, black usually finishes the Joseki f3, like it happened here. Now, yeah, in general, white extends 3 space low or 3 space high. But in this case, because white already has a stone at d16, white can think about Shimari in the lower right corner, so this prevents black's approach at p3. And when black comes inside, which is pretty much the normal move for black to punish white for not following the Joseki, again white can counter pincer from the top with c13, and when black jumps out this way, or a 1 space jump to put more pressure on the 3 stones, these 3 stones, they can just go out with a 2 space jump. So this is a way to invite black for a fight on the left side, and it's absolutely fine because when black comes out here, you put pressure with a shoulder hit and Nobi. So in the meantime, white got the Shimari in the lower side and another Ogema on the left, and white is focusing in the corners, while black is just fighting for the middle with that pincer. So that's an option, which means you don't always have to follow the Joseki blindly. Of course, in 99% of the cases or the time, it's good to play a move like c10 or d10, but you can also adapt from time to time according to the given situation. Now here for black, it's still interesting to play p3 first, or also p4, but p3 once, just to make white answer here instead of the comfortable Shimari, and then approach the top left corner. Now when this approach is played, the most natural move for white is to play d14, because d14 works very well with c10. But if this happens, black will extend back to k16, which is also ideal for the top side. And if black gets one middle side extension like that, black obviously wants to go for q10, so now white should play q10. But in this case, black will approach the bottom side. So maybe, even if locally it looks good for white to play moves like d14, overall it's more interesting to play a pincer. So in the game, white played h16, but the pincer can be h17, or it can be k16, or just j16. All these moves are playable. And if you play a move like h17, for example, instead of the 1 space high pincer, most of the time black will just take the corner c17. And in this case, because you already have the extension at c10, it's good to block c16. Then black connects, Nobi, black defends, and Keima. So this way you go for the Moe on the left side because you have the middle side extension in place. If you go for the top side, so you separate, this means you're going to give the territory on the left and switch the Moyo towards the top. But when you play a move like this, to finish up the Joseki, black again will approach the bottom, and then, well, it's a completely different game. So black already got like 3 corners, and now I think he needs to go for a large point around here. So that's similar to what happened in the game with the 1 space jump high. I'm not so sure about this move because black can just separate, then you still need to play d13. Now he can slide or go in the sun and slide again in the top. So this makes the pincer quite thin. Well, the left side is still nice for white, but so is the black potential in the top. But black decided to go Sansan right away. Now there are two Josekis here. One is to separate d17, which happened in the game. The other one is to block the left side. When you block the left, you will go like this. Now old-fashioned Joseki, it's for black to go down. White covers, black will push, white connects solid. This is a very powerful wall. Black turns once, and white jumps. So black takes the territory in the top, but white has nice potential in the middle. So that's a basic pattern with the high space, one space high pincer. But the separate move, it's also a fine option. So black pushes. Now normally black is supposed to play the Hane. Actually, let's go back a few moves. Another way for black here is to play the Kosumi at g18, then white connects and black just leaves the position like this and attacks the lower side or tries to reduce the moyo by coming with an Ogema from this direction. But in the game, white separates the other way, black pushes, white nobi, and black pushes again. Usually black here just plays Hane, connect, white connects solid, then black jumps. So the whole point of playing Hane at d18 and connect c18 is to prepare the jump at c14. Because if black jumps right away, white will push, outside cut, and capture the cornerstones. But if black plays the Hane and connect, there is no more push and cut and capture anything in the corner. So black pushes along, white Hane shows fighting spirit. White can play Nobi, white can play Keima here, but the Hane is fine. Then, yeah, Hane under, connect, and then Hane on the second line. So this feels a little less points in the corner for black compared to the other Joseki when he jumps to c14. So black is lower down a little bit with b14, b13, but at least black got centers. So the position here, it's still very balanced and pretty much 50-50. And actually, if we think about the situation with this one space high pincer being at k14, that would be a better option for white, because now the pincer is too close to your own thickness. So if you go back a few moves and you had the plan to separate and go for the top side, imagine we have the same situation with k16. So black goes in the corner, you separate, he keeps pushing, then Hane block, connect, connect, Hane under, push again. So you have a wall, but the extension, it's in a much better place. So it's further away from the wall, so the moyo can be much bigger. Besides, let's say black plays here, white defends, black extends back. Now white can extend towards the top, so the moyo grows more and it also puts pressure on the black stones. Compared to the one space high pincer, the actual move, it doesn't really affect the top side so much. So this can feel a little more comfortable for black. Now black extends in the top, but black can still attack the lower side first and then take away the extension in the top, and it can be all the way to k17. But in fact, yeah, it's safer like this. Anyway, the direction of play is good, and it just makes the wall and h16 a little less effective for white. So he got the extension, white took the Shimari, very good. Now black takes the other extension. Obviously, if black plays here, for example, white is very happy to take r10. So the direction of play here on the right side is very good. But black can play q10, or black can play q9, or even r9. Because now when white extends r7, white is going to be less. And then black can extend back or jump towards the middle, or take away the extension from the bottom side. So this will make white a bit more over-concentrated. Playing r10, white can still extend r9, and it feels pretty good. Now black jumps, and white has to reduce the moyo somehow. This is a big point, but it's already interesting to play this kind of move, or a shoulder hit like it happened in the game, or this way to reduce the moyo and then tsuke in the top, or just come from the left, because this will grow the moyo on the left side and also give a helping hand to this p14. So white extends. Now in this position, black may be slightly ahead, but it's still not clear. It's the early stage. Here black is going for the second line, but in fact he should continue working on his box with a one space jump or two space jump, because this prevents white's moves to go inside and reduce, and it's trying to grab like a quarter of the board. And besides, having a stone in the middle, for example this one space jump, That can also erase white's potential more. So when white extends h3, black can cap from h14. So this kind of move will reduce a lot of the wall compared to going on the second line. So here actually white started to take the upper hand. So shoulder hit, that's pretty good. One space jump. One space jump can wait because there's the invasion or a peep, many other options. So it's interesting to play a move like this, for example, or a 2k in the top to see how black reacts, but that will be played too. A move like L15 is quite nice actually. So let's see, we have a one space jump, then a 2k. That's also okay, but it's much safer to play L15. Now on this 2k, obviously black will separate with Hane, and white can think about the Hane also. So when we have Atari here, white goes down. If black tries to capture everything, you just sacrifice and use the Agi. So Atari, then come out. If black takes the stones this way, because if he extends on the right, then there's a problem with this Atari or the squeeze. So just squeeze in the top, and it already feels nice, because you don't lose so much giving up 2 stones, and you get a lot of on the outside. Besides the cut at R12, it's also an option. And actually, let's see the ladder. So we have this. Yeah, this time it works. Let's see if I miss the ladder again or not. I guess it should hit the white stones. So yeah, this is fine. That's why black cannot go to the right. So black has to play Atari and catch the 2 stones. But in this case, white will just Atari, push, and come out. And eventually break the side like this. In which case black has to connect here. Wow, this looks good for white. Because you're giving up a few stones in the top where black had potential anyway. But then all of a sudden, switch the target on the right and try to make your own big box. So we have a Nobi. The Nobi is a little more heavy. Black can push along. White will Hane. Black will pull back. White will try to live in the top. But even if you just survive like this, you lose a lot on the right side. And then black has more potential towards the middle. So black went down. That also shows fighting spirit. Turn. Then attach. Oh, this was brave. Cap would be good enough not to risk too much. Here black should Nobi. Because if white turns, black can go for a catch in the top. So it's a tiny trade. But the push, white will just block. This is good for white. Then go out. So damage is done. And black is somewhat still in trouble in the top. Here you don't need to jump, just Nobi. The jump leaves a wedge and it creates cutting points. Then black should be good in the top. But somehow, okay, black played a Nobi. White defends, that's fine. Black defends the top. Yeah, and black should just connect here. This is black's mistake. And now if white plays Keima, black jumps in the center. If white attacks here, black pushes inside. But here black made a big mistake. He connects under, then he lets the tail get cut off. Oh, this was too good for white. And all of a sudden, white is building a large center. Actually, the shape point is Keima. Because when black pushes here, you block. If he pushes here, you block. You're all connected. If he jumps to the left, you just connect like this, or play a one space jump, or play a Kosumi, and everything is trapped inside. So normally here, white should make a much cleaner capture. So black jumps, white Kosumi. In fact, if you play f16, sorry, and those stones die inside, then white maximize the profit. That's why it's a little better to play J11. It's much more tight for the capture. You can build a little less because black can go inside from the bottom, but it's a safer catch. So black pushes here, nothing works. The pips, they don't do much. You can also connect like this to take away liberty. It might be important, and maybe also get a few extra points in the top. So yeah, this looks like a big catch, but actually White should play shoulder hit, then Nobi, then cover, and increase the middle and capture the stone on the larger scale. So Peep. Okay. White can push inside, then Keima. The stones are dead anyway. But this seems all captured. Here, you can just Nobi or push from this direction. Because when black connects, you can play Kosumi like this and push again. And now Nobi. And there is no Aji for black to try to catch the other stones in the top. So Hane, then double Hane. That's actually not necessary. You can just Nobi and then on this Kosumi just connect or protect. Yeah, keep connected. Or push here. If black connects, Hane. If black tries to escape, Hane again. So those stones are captured. Then Atari here is not a problem. There is no space for black to make any eyes inside. The idea is to capture the group, but don't lose anything. Because here black played Atari, he pushed. Oh, okay. But here, white can block first. Then when black cuts, you play Atari. So when black connects, you have time to defend too. And in fact, you can push first. Because if he cuts here, you take the group from the outside. So when he plays the pullback, now you connect. Oh, but this can be a little more tricky for eye shape. Ah, yeah. Now black lives inside, so there must be a better way. Block, he connects, Kosumi. When he cuts, you push. When he plays here, you cover. When he blocks, you push like this and catch the other part. Yeah, so this way he doesn't live inside and he doesn't capture any stones. But now Atari. Okay. Actually, before he plays that, he should Atari the two stones. So let's see, Atari take. Yeah, and now catch. And then you gotta play one more move. So this could be Gote, but okay, it's just a small compensation for black. But that shouldn't happen. So shoulder hit, white can consider N2. Or cap, or jump here, or ignore completely, just extend, and when black goes down, push, and then try to separate the three stones on a large scale. Because on the left, there is not much room to make a base. On the right, white is strong. In the top, it's difficult to connect to this black stone because white just separates. So that's a fighting spirit variation. And well, if you just connect under, is good enough. Black will turn, then you extend here. You already got a big potential in the top, so there's nothing to worry about. The game, it's already won. Yeah, this extension is good. Then Nobi to create the cuts. Jump out, push and cut. Push and cut should come here. He's too good to let him go away. Yeah, this keeps the right side, but if you push and cut here, black is busy anyway, so when he comes on the side, you can surround, come around and kill everything. So this is too polite. But now it's okay to block here. If he plays this one, you block like this. If he cuts, you just Atari and come out. He needs to save himself somehow. It's not even that easy. In fact, it's very difficult because once you connect, you're out. Yeah, so he's in trouble. And when he plays double Atari, you can come out, give a stone, and still go for the kill. Besides, once you go out between the groups, this other group is in trouble. And it was later on. Yeah, this is the actual game. Oh, the wrong cut. To still cut from the top. Okay, this peep is not too bad, but more interesting to cut here. But in this case, black will connect and you also need to connect under. Yeah, so in the end, no cuts. And the way to connect here is solid because the stone is already captured in a net. When you play this move, this allows the Atari under, so that gives black eye shape easily. But black never played that Atari. He should do it now. This is good timing, so there is no problem for the group and he can play Kosumi and his group is safe. He never played this Atari, and white went down, almost killed the group. So that's all safe. Peep, surround. Now is the time to play Atari and stay alive. Then, I don't know, one space jump or just leave it. But he never did the Atari and almost collapsed. So white went down, that's good, no ice. Black tries to connect. Atari under, very good. Here you can block this way. This will save a lot of trouble at the end. But in fact, let's see what happens if not. Let's say Atari here first. So if black pushes and this, then cut, Atari, connect, Atari, go down, push, then Kosumi, take the 2 stones, he tries to leave, and then just kill. There is no more Tetsuji to connect under or save the group. If he plays here, you just play here. And when he captures, throw in and he's done. Then when he plays this one, you connect under. And when he plays Kosumi, you just connect. And when he goes down, there are enough liberties to play Atari here. So this would be a clean kill. Therefore, you can block this way and then on the Kosumi, play here or block and then take away the ice. Or just don't play anything, Atari from the outside and still kill the whole group. So Atari, connect, cover. Okay, let's see Atari. Let's say white plays Kosumi here. So the cut is not a problem. Atari, go down. Then when black plays Atari here, you go out. Atari here, you go out. He pushes again, you go out. He pushes here, you can block. On this move Atari, if he comes out, connect. And it's game over anyway. On this move, jump here. On Atari, connect. On the cut, capture this stone. Atari, connect. Yeah, no way out for black. It's game over on a large scale. So anyway, the move should be Atari on this stone. But nothing, just protect against the cut here. So Kosumi, block. Yeah, now it's tricky. Now it's difficult to kill anymore. So just protect the corner, let him leave, then continue with the end game. And in fact, this way, white wins by more points. Trying to kill, yeah, can give those stones. But let's check something else. So if Atari here, black goes down, then you block, he goes Atari, then connect, he turns, then Hane. Now, how is the semi? Obviously, black will play here to make more liberties. If white plays this move, he will throw in. But if he does that, you just go down. And then when he plays Atari, you connect. And that's it. You capture this stone. And on this move, you play Atari. On this move, you take the ko. So it's a ko in several steps. Ko can happen, complicate. But like this, he just captures the stones. He should play Kosumi and it's done. But he played the Hane. So once he plays the Hane at h2, you should just take the 2 stones and now the group is dead. But it seems at first black missed the Tetsuji here, which creates the Dame Tsumari, but then he found it again. So white played a slack move and that was it. Black leaves. But if white plays here, game over. So a small tactical issue, but in the end, white still managed to win by 2.5 points. Impressive. So this was quite a game. Oh, black doesn't have to play that. He can block. So if black plays, I don't know, some other moves, let's say white cuts, Atari, go down, block, turn, block, Hane, and catch. Yeah, nothing to worry about. So quite a victory, but this was supposed to be a wise game after the kill in the middle anyway. But in fact, white doesn't have to lose the tail and give back all those points, and also white doesn't have to lose this group. Better let black live with 2 small eyes instead of 11 points life, or how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 points instead of 3. Phew. So you can lose games like this, but well, It can happen to the best of us. Well done and better luck next games in the league.